What is happening, people, and welcome to today's video where we're going to try to answer the question of, are sandbags superior for developing functional strength? And if you're going to skip the video and not really watch it, then the short answer is yes. Absolutely. I'm going to explain totally why in just a little bit, but realize that doesn't mean that you can ditch your barbell exercise. Barbell exercises are super important, and most people watching this are very passionate about some sort of barbell sport, whether it be powerlifting, weightlifting, strongman, CrossFit, or even bodybuilding, right? Because even for today's standards, you can't really build a modern bodybuilding physique without things like barbells, dumbbells, other gym equipment, and stuff like that. But when it comes to actual functional strength that will bleed over into other areas of your life to keep you safer and help you just live a more functional type of existence, then sandbags are definitely where you want to be. But I already hear some people saying, but what about the barbell deadlift? That's a very functional exercise, right? Is it? I mean, when you think about a barbell, you're talking about basically a handle with knurling that is perfectly balanced and symmetrical, that even has bearings inside that spin the weight so that as easy as possible to lift. However, my couch, when I go to move it, doesn't have any of those things. Neither does like a heavy box of books or a bag of dog food or my dead grandma. Not to mention the fact that no one in the history of ever lifting up anything heavy, ever, has lifted it the way that you do doing a barbell deadlift. Literally, in the real world, when you go to pick something up, you stand over top of it, you get a big belly breath, you hold it, then you round your back down into a huge deficit, wedge your hands underneath, and hinge. That's reality, and that's exactly how you pick up sandbags. Which basically means that if you're involved in any sort of grappling or tackling sport, this will help tremendously. If your job is in the military, law enforcement, EMT, or you do some sort of medical profession where you're shifting bodies and you're moving them, or you do manual labor, or you're just an individual who finds that from time to time in your life you need to walk places and pick things up that are kind of heavy, then sandbag training is going to help you a lot. Again, you can't ditch the barbell, but if you're training with a barbell and you're not doing some sort of sandbag training, then you're doing yourself a total disservice. It's going to help your regular lifts as well as just the lifts for everything in the real world. Because the bottom line is, I would any day of the week choose an individual who can pick up and manhandle a 200-pound sandbag over a 500-pound sumo deadlifter for any physical task, whether it be moving a mattress or backing me up in a fight. Because the bottom line is, if you can pick up a 200-pound sandbag, squat it 5 times, carry it 50 feet, and throw it over your shoulder, you are a tough individual to deal with in a good situation or a bad situation. Conversely, if you can sumo deadlift 500 pounds, you've proven that you can stand in one very unathletic position and statically move a weight from point A to point B, and I think that's great. But it doesn't really apply, at least to my everyday activities like firewood or moving things or whatever the case may be. So in conclusion, do not toss out all your barbell exercises. I think it is massively important. However, if you're spending a lot of time on some minutia, I think you'd probably be better off spending a little bit more time on something like a sandbag that is going to build that functional strength that you're going to immediately use when you're carrying your groceries the very next day. Now, if you do need help with how to incorporate sandbag training into your current workouts, you're in luck, because in about a week, I'm going to be releasing another ebook that is an add-on program called 60 Sandbag Sessions. And the basic idea is that it is 60 10-minute long sandbag sessions you can add on to any barbell program that you're currently doing, whether it be one of my programs or someone else's program. It doesn't really matter, but it will show you exactly how you can kind of start incorporating more sandbag work into your strength routine. And also, if you are in the market for sandbags, you might want to wait on this because my next video right after this one is going to be about what weight sandbags should you purchase and which you be shooting for and things like that, because there is no real like deadlift to sandbag ratio that makes any sense. It's a completely different animal. So I am going to release that video, but if you are in the market for sandbags, then I am sponsored by CerberusStrength.us, and you can save yourself 10% if you just use the code NEVERSATE. Now, that code will save you money on everything site-wide. However, again, you might want to wait until after the next video where I kind of discuss the different sandbag weights and what I think is worth investing in as a beginner for sandbags. So I don't want to see anyone waste any money, but I do always appreciate the support. I appreciate all the attention. I appreciate absolutely everything you guys do to allow this to be my job, and it comes from just your guys' support. That's what makes it possible. So I do thank each and every one of you so much. I will catch up with you later in the week. Until I do go out something amazing in my lives, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you then.